Hello, welcome to Steam Release Podcast episode 35. I'm your host, Dewey Bear, and today I am joined by the Blue Mermaid herself, Roadypie.
Hey.
Welcome. We have an awesome week. We took a hiatus last week, so it was pretty quiet, but this next week we are back with 2 weeks worth of releases to talk about and all sorts of cool things to explore and see what's up. So, because we dug through the release list so that you don't have to. I have to get that in. So yeah, introductions. Roadypie, what did you play this week?
Oh, I feel like I'm letting you down because
Oh.
I didn't really play anything on through my Steam list, through my library. But I did play Final Fantasy 14. I did some of the newer dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ones after oh, excuse me, sorry, that's the updater on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Did the ones after the story. So me and a few friends did those dungeons, and I really like it because it's really sort of expanding on the story and also a little bit from and I did the summoner, the last summoner
Story quest
as well. Yeah. Story quest, and that expanded a bit on what happened after Stormblood as well. So that's really that was really cool. So yeah, I play that plus obviously Final Fantasy 11. I'm still doing that, and my friend got his mythic weapon. He's finally got that, and now we're just like unlocking it to be like the maximum level it can be. And so yeah, that can take years to get, basically. And you know, for us as a duo to actually get it is like amazing. It's like an amazing feeling.
Oh, so, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sort of finishing it up. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think that's basically like what I'm just doing in that game. So everything that I wanted to do to sort of like just so I could, eventually we'll leave it probably, and not have any regrets about it. That's sort of like what I'm just ticking off things on my list.
Yeah, people say that there's no end MMOs, but there is if you pick a point where it's like, I've accomplished it. You just have to find a point, which for me it's usually completing the lore. Anything I can do to get more lore, once I finish that, it's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. My last
what
week.
About you?
Yeah, my last week I played. So I've been kind of feeling lonely and down because I'm the sort of person that sort of forgets that there's other people besides myself. It's because you go to work, you come home, you go to work, you come home, and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen people in a while. So I finally invited some friends over, just have some chai and some chicken dinner.
Tasty.
And then I've also started playing with my brother. And so we were going through the list of free-to-play games on Steam, because me and my brother don't have the same taste, so we don't have a lot of the same games. And so we settled on Neverwinter. So we have started to play Neverwinter together.
Yes.
And yeah. So have you played it?
I have. I played like the original, and the second one. And the first one, it was, I don't know. I did all of the story, all of the side quests, and I don't know where it was like the stats I picked or whatever, but like the very last boss or whatever, it was absolute nightmare to try and beat. It was like I had to die, I had to come back and die, I had to come back and die. It was just like, why have you ramped it up that difficult? Why have you done it like that? But yeah, although very interesting story. And the second one, I never got to finish because there was always some like game breaking bug or something in no matter what iteration I've got on which computer.
Oh, you're talking about Neverwinter Nights. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, Neverwinter Nights, yeah.
Yeah. We're playing the Neverwinter MMO, but yeah, it is based on the same world.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I didn't play. I don't think did. I go into Neverwinter.
The MMO?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. How is it?
It is. It's fun. The combat's very smooth. The world, it's more of a story-focused MMO, kind of like Final Fantasy XIV. But it all depends on how much you like D&D, the D&D universe. What is cool? So a lot of the questioning's very WoW-esque until you get into a module. And a module, like, it's almost like a Dungeon Dragon story. It's got professional voice acting. It's got a lot of special animated scenes. And it takes you on this long-term story that you go through. So there's a whole bunch of those. And many of them, some of them are very humorous. Because, there's a lot of tongue-in-cheek Dungeon Dragon stuff. And then there's more serious plot lines. It's pretty fun. It's very good. If you just have one other friend... For most of it, because they have this buddy system, anytime you go into an instance, you can take someone with you. So there's not really many solo instances. There are some solo modules, but it's mostly there's not many solo instances.
Right, I see.
So until you go in a dungeon, which are 5-player, then you can just queue up together. But for the most part, it's just really fun just to play as 2 people. So I'm going healing paladin, and my brother is going damaging cleric. So... DPS cleric, so
nice.
Yeah, we're just going through the game, and it's pretty fun. It is pretty fun. It's a cool world, and yeah, it definitely carries over the aesthetic of the Neverwinter Nights games very, very well. So,
I don't know if I already have like 2 MMOs on the go, so I'm not sure if I would give it a go myself.
That said, being free to play, it is owned by Perfect World, and because of that, there is a lot of microtransaction going on. So if that puts a sour taste, me and my brother never spend any money on free to play games. I just am slightly tempted to buy the Dragonborn race just cause, which is $15, but I'm not going to justify that until me and my brother get further into it. But yeah, so for the most part, we just kind of ignore the loot box mechanics and all that. We've just completely blotted out of our minds. So,
have you been playing more Final Fantasy XIV? Have you gotten through the story mode yet?
Yeah, I'm still on the story. I haven't gotten to Shadowbringers yet. I need to get there before I get like majorly spoiled or anything.
This is it, yeah, because I know like the last, not the last one, but the expansion, but the expansion before, like they were bringing out spoilers. Like I'd check on YouTube. I hadn't played through like the game, the latest story, and I'd check on YouTube, and then they'd spoil it, and it'd be like, because they were advertising the thing, and it's like, oh. Wait, I hadn't seen that yet. And it's like, oh, fine.
Okay. Why'd you do that?
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So annoying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fear for you.
I'm the most part. I'm just kind of avoiding a lot of stuff, and thankfully, I have a very bad memory, especially if it's about like if someone tells me about something and I don't experience myself. If I experience something myself, I remember it very well. But if I'm told about something, I forget it fairly quickly, which is why I forget people's names. And sometimes their faces a lot, so it's I'm like that. I have to meet you a couple of times, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, because some people say, well, I'm not very good with names, but I'm good with faces. I'm neither. Yeah, so it's even happened where I saw my mother at a store that I didn't expect to see her at. It was just like Safeway, but I hadn't expected to see her there. And she called out to me. I didn't recognize her voice. And then she got closer. I didn't recognize her face. And I was like, excuse me, can I help you, ma'am? And she's like, I'm your mother? And then I was like, oh, Mom, you're wearing a different coat. So...
Oh, no.
That's never gotten to live that down. And it's happened a few other times after that. But that's just how bad I am with faces.
I think I just, like, panic. Because... you don't really expect to see people when you're out and about in London that you know. And so when I do bump into somebody, it's like almost like a panic. It's like, and my brain can't cope or something, like, yeah. So yeah, don't bump into me around London.
Yeah, just don't even say hi.
Just arrange to meet with me, and then I'll be fine with it.
Yeah. As long as it's scheduled, it has to be a scheduled appearance.
It has to be. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so with that, we both we didn't really get into our Steam lists, either of us, really. I mean, I did play some Titan Quest, but that's that. I haven't gotten, it's a huge game, so it's going to be a long time before I finish.
I'm going to try and make an effort this week to, definitely give something a go. Hopefully you do a stream. Hopefully.
We do have a couple of YouTube comments that we've gotten these last couple of weeks. And one of them is from the Grizzland devs. So you may remember Grizzland. It was a sort of an Atari-esque, the Atari pixel art aesthetic Metroidvania that came out a couple weeks ago. Well, the developer, Ivan Zlobin, the Grizzland dev, he just wanted to he said to us, "Thank you for your kind words towards Grizzland. You assumed it is about 1 hour long. In fact, people beat the game with 80% of the game completed in about 3+ hours. So thank you for the verification. We were just going on reviews and just not that much information. But yeah, this game is about 3 hours. So it was really helpful for him to let us know that. So
yeah, I think it'd be. I know any devs that will watch this. It's really good for any potential buyers to know. It's like, well, how long is the game? I mean, some people say, but you might get like a lot of enjoyment, like just from a 2-hour game or something like that. But I think people like knowing these things. It's like, well, I want to spend this much and get this amount of time spent playing something. So yeah, it's just not. It's nice to know the ballpark.
Yeah, it's lovely, and you know what? For 3 hours of Metroidvania, it's only about $5. So check it out.
Yeah,
$5 dues. Which I think that's what Australians call dollars. Dollary dues.
Dollary dues.
All right, and our next comment was not from a dev, just from a commenter, Doppelganger. 4827 said, "Nice podcast. Seeing that Steam games can get buried under the weight of those of other releases and other fluctuations. The timestamps are nice too, so anyone can scan through them for anything that looks interesting. Thank you." Well, thanks, Doppelganger. We do our best. Thank you.
Thank you. I should have mentioned that Grizzlands was $3.99.
Oh yeah, $3.99. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we always look forward to having Grizzland reach out. Well, developers, wow, it might slip. But yeah, we always look forward to having developers reach out to us and just let us know if we get anything wrong. We're happy to correct it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's a lot of games we look at, and we certainly don't play. Well, we might play one of them.
Yes.
if it's free, we might play one of them every week, but it's a lot of games. There's no way we could check out all of them.
Yeah, we trying to just find things that someone might take an interest in. Something that has it from your trailer has interested us, and we've passing on that information to other people.
Yep.
Say, look at this one.
And just by looking at trailers, we cut 95% of the releases.
Yes. Just
by looking at trailers and with the base information, because there's an art to making a trailer, and if you don't have it, I'm not. We can't really trust that the game's going to be better than the trailer.
Yeah, this is true.
So, all right. Before we get to the releases, we do have a few honorable mentions to go through. So our first one is Rising Kingdoms. So this was, the reason this is an honorable mention is this game originally came out in 2005. It is one of those Age of Empires type games. It's very kind of old-fashioned, but it is now back on Steam and ready to play again. And I'm sure it's been a while since people have been able to play it.
It's like, it's like, looks very, very nice considering, it's over 10 years old.
Mm-hmm. The texture work is very, very nice. I don't even think they remastered anything because it looks very much faithful to how it looked back then. It would have looked back then, but it has an excellent look. It's nice. A good aesthetic.
Yeah, and even the negative review says that the game is very nice if you're willing to put up with the non-16:9 ratios. Also, don't expect any support from the developers. They are nowhere to be found. Ooh.
Well, we're probably talking about one person who just went through and fixed the back end so it could work on modern computers. Maybe one or two people. Because Haimimont Games, I don't even know how to pronounce that. They are releasing games still, but they've very much moved on. Oh, the Tropico series. They made the Tropico series.
Wow.
They made Nemesis: The Roman Empire, Surviving Mars. Oh, they made Surviving Mars. I know a few people who love that game.
So yeah, that's just really surprising. You bring something out and just, I don't know, and you have such a big catalog games, and you're not supporting something you've just released.
Yeah, with a lot of these older games though, making it into the modern ratios, it's really hard. It is very, very difficult. Because you basically have to rebuild the game again.
Yeah.
So, because for some reason, people thought that we would always want to look at a square screen when they were first created. It's like, oh, squares are a nice shape, but, people started to realize that widescreens look better because there's something called the golden ratio. And that's about 16:9. So, yep, the Romans knew about it. So yeah, then that is Rising Kingdoms, an old game that you couldn't get anywhere, is now back, so that's always good.
It's $3.99, so absolute bargain.
Yeah, $4.99 US, and these sorts of games easily you could play 100 hours of them. So
yeah.
Our next honorable mention is Oxygen Not Included. The primary reason why this is an honorable mention is because it's already got 23,000 reviews from its early access period. So another Clay classic, to be sure.
It was just like, early access done right. I feel, because it's we see so many disasters. I feel like a lot of games going into early access and they just it's terrible. Whereas this is done right. A lot of people are happy, very happy with it.
I like how they don't have voice actors. Instead, they just use trumpet and and just windwood noises for the people's voices. I love that. That's very funny. Oh, this is super cute. I do believe this was featured at was it Gamescom or E3? It was featured at one of them. I do remember seeing the trailer before. So, but yeah, Clay, Oxygen Not Included, is now fully released, and it's still getting positive reviews, staying at about 93%.
Great, yeah. So it's 33% off right now, and it's $12.72. So snatch it up.
Yep, $16.74 US. I don't know. These sorts of games are never in my real wheelhouse, really, but I know a lot of people who would enjoy this. So, there's people with 1,000 hours on this. Oh my gosh.
If this was a multiplayer, I'd play it. Because I have the people that I play Final Fantasy XIV with. They're the people I played Terraria with, and the one as well that we play. But these are this would be a great game for us to play together. But it's only single player, unfortunately. So
I would play this with friends. I would.
Yeah.
There's a lot of genres that I hate with a passion. Playing by myself, I will not touch them, but I'll tolerate it if it's with friends. So, yep, so that is Oxygen not included. Our next honorable mention is 60 seconds reatomized.
So yeah, this is post-apocalyptic dark comedy is back, remastered and even more radioactive than before. Scavenge supplies, rescue your family, and stay alive in your fallout shelter. Make difficult decisions, hunt mutant roaches, maybe survive or not. So yeah, so you get the alarm that you've got to go into your bunker. So you've got to grab as many things what you'll need within 60 seconds, and then head into the bunker, and then see how long you can survive in there. So yeah, this is in honorable mentions because this was released on mobile, and then it's been released on Steam now. So I think it's a remastered of 60 seconds. So you can get the original on Steam as well.
Huh. It's it's got a cute concept. Again, probably not in my wheelhouse, but it's cute. It's definitely got that cool sense of humor. So it's just kind of a frantic thing. All right, it's a simulator. If I can figure it out right.
And you've got to you've got to try and it's more like management, I suppose. Management game, you've got to manage your supplies. Obviously, interact with your family and everything. Make sure people are all right and everything. Manage their manage interactions with them. So yeah, I think it's interesting. It's not something I would play personally, but I really like the concept. I think it's done quite well. And yeah, it's gotten very positive reviews. 315 reviews and 88% of them are positive. So yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. It is. It's gonna go for $10 US.
And it's $6.99 in the UK. I'm trying to see how long it is. I think gameplay is going to vary on this, whether you run through it, but depending on how long you survive, obviously, but also how many times you're going to replay it.
Oh, yeah, to see what's the optimal.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I'm seeing anything from under an hour to over 13 hours. So yeah, it's really dependent on how you're playing it.
All right, our next title is Copperbell. Our next honorable mention.
Oh no, that's the one after. There's another one before.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bear with me. Bear with me. The Lost Robots. Is that a teddy bear?
It is. It's Ted E. Bear.
Ted E. Bear. Oh, of course. So this is in the honorable mentions because it's a DLC of the original Bear With Me, and this is a prequel to that. I have played Bear With Me, and it's such a great noir point and click detective game, and the teddy bear, his office is in your wardrobe, is in the girl's wardrobe, and she opens the wardrobe and he's got his office there and everything, and and he's she walked in and looking the way she did and like that. It's just fantastic. The only problem I have is sort of the ending and the
motivation of the characters, I would say, because it's like, you know, you have like a goal that you're going on, or that or story you're following, but they don't always keep reiterating this is what you're supposed to be doing or supposed to be finding, and so you're kind of like, oh yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing, but yeah, we're doing other things. So yeah, I feel like with this prequel, maybe it would help bring things together better. Also because, and another problem with modern point and clicks now, because they bring things out episodically, you lose a bit of the story, you know, remembering some of the story. So I think that really sort of hurt the game when I originally played it. So hopefully this will help.
Righty.
Yeah. But yeah, it's $3.99.
Yeah, another $4.99 game. So yeah, plenty of the people with the $5 budget this week are gonna have their pick. Next title is Copper Bell. You play as a cute little copper bell. Yeah, so immerse yourself in a unique hand-drawn short adventure game and help Copper Bell defeat the demon that has settled in a nearby forest. Yeah.
I put it on the honorable mention because it is such a short game.
So very, very short.
Yeah, very, very short. I think it's someone maybe put like it's just over an hour or something. Maybe. I'm sure someone put how long it was, but yeah, it's for £7.19. And it's so short, but it looks amazing though. This artwork is just beautiful, and yeah, I just love the way it looks.
Perhaps it just needs a little more time in the oven to just add more content.
Yeah.
Because it does have a delightful appearance. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks so pretty. You know, there's a demo as well, so you know, if you want to try it, use a free demo. So.
Alrighty, and our next title, and final honorable mention, is Visitor 2. Oh, this is the other full motion video.
Yes, yeah. This is the first full motion video. Obviously by a Chinese developer, and I put this as an honorable mention rather than a full release because I think the subtitles are not done properly. I think they put them through like Google Translate, and the even though like people have, even though the whole page is in English, and it seems like, you know, the English isn't too bad on here. They don't seem to have like put the money in for proper subtitles, which is a shame. Because looking at the acting in this, they're really hamming it up, which I love. But the original one, people have really loved it. So this is a sequel, and it's got a bit more of a budget to it as well. So I'm hoping they'll, you know, later on, maybe if enough people give it a shout out, they'll revisit it and maybe improve the subtitles.
Revisit Visitor.
Yes.
Yeah, they should have had the sequel be called Revisit.
Yeah.
Visitor and Revisitor. Something. No, it'd be funny. Yeah, almost all the reviews are in Chinese, so it seems to have largely grabbed the Chinese reviewers. Oh, there's a Korean review. But yeah, so they have full audio Chinese. It is cool that they're that, you know, we've been seeing different genres come out of China recently, and now this is the first FMV that I remember seeing out of China. Well, I guess, of course, Visitor 1, but I didn't notice that. So
no, same.
That's very cool.
I'm really interested in playing the first one, and the second one I want to play definitely at some point. But the problem is with the bad subtitles, and you've got a timer on how your answers, giving your answers, so it's going to be very difficult to play properly. If you don't have those.
Yep. And so we are ready for our actual release list with After Visitor 2. So guess we're gonna just start out with Monday, July 22nd, and with our very first title, we have the game Vane. So this game, in a ruined desert, a strange golden dust transformed a free-spirited bird into a determined young child, setting off a chain of events that will reshape the world itself.
I've seen this game around a lot, either through other games journalists speaking as a possibly big indie game coming out this year. But when I saw how many people have given reviews for it, I was surprised. There's only 31 reviews over, and 74% of them are positive. So yeah, I'm quite surprised about this one, because it has that sort of journey feel to it. The game journey.
It's also making me think of, who's the guy who made Coraline? It's reminding me of Coraline, the sort of aesthetic to it. I'm trying to remember, what's his name? Jimmy Henson? No. Anyhow, it looks like it's probably a very high concept game too. At least reading the description, like it's one of those sort of games where it's like, what does it mean to you as you go through it? Friend and Foe Games. This is their only title. Okay, I would have believed you if you told me that the Journey devs made this, though.
Yeah. It looks so interesting, the design of it, and I'm very curious about it. I either want to play it myself, or I'd be happy to watch someone else play it. It's one of those, it's got that kind of walking simulator kind of feel to it, where you could just sit back and easily watch someone else play it, in a sense. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's a feast for the eyes. It looks just beautiful. It's got that it has the minimalist aesthetic, that buzzword, but they do a lot with the textures and the colors to make it really not feel very minimalist anymore. They definitely, like, on the base, they definitely did a low poly to start, but they've just kind of brushed over it with so many layers of work that it came from being kind of a low poly thing to just looking like every screenshot looks like a painting. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can pause anywhere in this video and it'll look good. Like, voila, you got your screensaver right there.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It is like $14.99.
Yeah, it's $19.99 US. So yeah, full 20.
So I'm not sure how long it is.
I would not venture longer than 5 hours. I think it's probably in the 3 to 5 hour range, judging by the reviews.
Yeah. What's the main issue people have with it?
The main negative reviews. Let me see. Bad controls.
Boring level design, one said. Excessively vague story. Unfocused gameplay.
I mean, I would assume that this would have a vague story, though.
Yeah. World is effectively empty.
All right, so some positive reviews is that almost dropped because of crow controls. So apparently the controls are a repeating issue. But let me see. All right. No regrets of spending a nice evening in this world. Need more small abstract games like Vane. So it's definitely not. It's definitely an afternoon type game. You're not. It's a one sitting game.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let me see. Really like the music. First thing I thought of was Blade Runner 2049. That's pretty cool.
They are working to fix the controls problems.
Oh, they have a. So... Oh yeah, controller support.
Yeah. So you know, maybe wait until they actually do that before you pick up this purchase. So.
Let's see. Do they have like an estimated time of arrival? I don't. They don't seem to mention it, but yeah, they're working on it, so that's cool. So that is Vane. So do check it out and consider it. Our next title is Elsinore. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, Rhodey might like this.
Let's see.
And it's also based on one of my favorite Shakespeare plays, Hamlet. So, Elsinore is a time-looping adventure game set in the world of Shakespeare's Hamlet. Elsinore combines strong social simulation elements, a dynamic story, and reacts immediately to player decisions, and a world full of diverse characters with secrets to uncover. So there is a sort of time loop mechanic here, so while you're in the world, you only have a certain amount of time for each loop you go through, and you got to figure out like what to do in order to get the good ending.
See, part of me like is quite interested in this, but the other part of me is like, ugh, because obviously I'm someone who likes getting the good ending, and obviously it's one of those things you definitely can't get in the first go around. There's got to be certain things you have to do to figure out, and I just feel that it would just like
frustrate you.
Frustrate me and deter me in a way, because the mood that it sets, you know what I mean, and it'd just be like, this is such a depressing story kind of thing, you know.
You see this character, they're all gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. So I would it's something that you really have to be kind of in the mood for. And I don't know, it seems like such an interesting gameplay, and very interesting story. It's Hamlet, but yeah, I'm not. I don't want to be on a downer sort of thing. Yeah,
and that is one thing with me. Like that's one of the reasons why. What's that game? Path of Exile. It's an action RPG, but the aesthetic is so dark, depressing, and oppressive that even though it's a super fun game and very well made, I can never get past a certain point. And I'm just like, oh, this is putting me in a bad mood.
Yeah.
So I always end up quitting.
And the thing is, it's like, I played a point and click where my character that I was playing died at the end, but it was still a happy ending. So I'm not like put off by like the hero dying for a noble cause or whatever, or a
bittersweet ending even.
Yeah, as long as you're not, it doesn't have that sort of that kind of mood, I suppose, like a depressing mood all the way through. So yeah, but yeah, this has gotten 20 reviews so far and 100% positive.
Oh wow, so, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, if you this looks like it's done very well. It's done. It looks like it's done really well, and the story is obviously going to be very interesting. These seem like they've adapted it very well for interactive media. So if you love Shakespeare, love Hamlet, and love sort of those point and click kind of visual novel kind of games, this would be right up the street.
Right. And with that, I guess we can go on to our next game, which is Sword and Souls Neverseen.
Oh yeah, it's 1549, I should say.
Oh yeah, 15. Yeah, the Elsinore is 20. Yeah, 1999. Sword and Souls Neverseen. This game, I do believe, its predecessor is a Congregate title. But yeah, it's made it to Steam and it's clearly been polished up a bit more. So yeah, Sword and Souls. Is a unique RPG where leveling up takes skill. Create, train, and upgrade your character as you please. Discover the Neverseen and its eccentric locals, and battle across the lands to foil an evil witch's plan. So yeah. They have that sort of Raymond aesthetic where nothing has legs or arms.
It looks quite interesting. It's I've seen this sort of graphic style before. There's these sort of designs before. They're quite nice. They're a bit cute. I like them. I quite like them. But yeah, this has gotten like 492 reviews already, and 87% of them are positive. So this is, if you like these type of games, you'd definitely be in for a good time, I suppose, because this, so many positive reviews.
And these do tend, like the previous ones are fairly long, and I'm seeing reviews up to 20 hours long. But yeah, this is a pretty well-known series on Congregate. I've seen it around a lot. I've not personally checked it out, just because I've never been really into that sort of Final Fantasy style battle mechanic. But you know what? It's done very well in Congregate, and you know what? For some games coming off of Congregate, I've seen what it looked like before, and this is very well polished up. It's very pretty. So full credit to the developers, the Soul Game Studio.
A lot. The complaints I have seen are saying that it's too grindy.
Oh.
So yeah.
I mean, that's this game though. It's a skilling game.
Yeah. But that's really good. We do talk about maybe games not going on Steam first because maybe it's not got that kind of polish that a lot of people on here are looking for, maybe. And that's good. This is one development team that have taken that game from Congregate, really worked on it, really polished out, really fleshed it out, and people love it. So it's not a bad thing to start off on Congregate or itch.io.
A lot of really great franchises that I love come from Congregate originally. Like that's where they started out, either Congregate or another free game hosting website. And it's a cool thing. Like, don't spend the $1,000 to get it on Steam or however much it is.
It's $100.
It's $100. Okay, don't spend the $100 to put it on Steam. Put it on a website where people are not going to just assume like high quality, where people are not just going to skip over you. They may actually check it out and give you some valuable feedback. If that's what you're looking for, is good feedback, and you're a starting developer, it's the place to be. And eventually, you can do what Sword and Souls did and move on, like to Steam, and they've gotten 492 reviews because they've built up that reputation on another site. So they now have a permanent place on Steam. So yeah, because it's a good place to be. But I guess now Steam is kind of turning into the place where you put things now.
I mean, just for $100, but then it's
but then you're competing with the AAA titles, so it just doesn't make sense.
No, this is true, and a lot of indie devs are preferring the Switch for the indie titles, because at least then it's going to be seen, because the Switch is only going to pick the good ones.
So they only have maybe half a dozen releases every week, kind of thing. So
yeah, exactly.
All right, our next title is GunFu Heroes. Oh, and Sword and Souls is $14.99. I don't know if we mentioned that.
How much was it for me? It's $11.39.
$11.39. Okay. GunFu Heroes. So, GunFu Heroes is a quick-paced 2 to 4 local multiplayer party game where your goal is to be the last one standing. So this is sort of a stick shooter. You pick up different weapons and you try to survive. So it's got a cool aesthetic. This is another one of those party games we talk about, though, and Brody and I don't have friends.
No. but yeah, this is when I saw this, I picked this out because it seemed like a nice sort of like thing to play with friends if you have them, and yeah, it's some interesting maps, and yeah, it does look like quick paced fun, and something, and they are working on it to have online multiplayer in a future update as well. So if you don't want to play couch co-op or couch 4-player mode, you can wait a bit longer and you'll get that online multiplayer.
Yeah, it's by the Fifth Waffle. Have they done anything else? No, this is their first title on Steam, so congratulations. Games like this are the one reason why I kind of want to get a Steam box, or like one of the little Steam dongles you put in your TV so you can play couch co-op properly. And just because I am starting to try to have guests over more often so that I'm not such a misanthrope, but and having a Steam box would be something so useful, because I do have quite a few of these couch co-op games I've just ended up with somehow. So I don't know, I do kind of look forward to making a collection and seeing what I can do with them. But anyhow, as sort of party games, as us adults do, like we have guests over and have this formal thing of like, oh hey, we have wine and video games. yeah.
I do have a Steam box, but it was to play visual novels on the big TV and with my partner, and I would do all the voices or something.
That's cute. That is really cute. I like that. Okay. GunFu Heroes is going for $4.99, so I think that'd be $3.99 UK, right?
Yes. Yeah, $3.99.
We've had a lot of them at that price range.
Yeah.
Next title is Arizona Derby, and it is a racing game.
Yeah.
Oh, is this gonna have music that we have to silence? I'm just gonna mute it because they often have copyrighted music for these types of games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So it's a action-packed racing game set in the world's harshest off-road conditions. It's home to the most intense racing adventures and place to show off your skills while beating the gangs and their bosses around the globe. So yeah, I picked this one because this is another one that was picked by the Steam Greenlight community.
Oh.
So this has been a while in development then, I'd say.
Steam Greenlight, remember that?
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, it actually looks kind of fun. They have this live action trailer where they actually in game they have live action cutscenes. So where you have all these different over the top characters, all kind of like it's just sort of shit talking you, and it's very funny.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, so they've got this. It's a neat aesthetic, sort of the monster truck, but I've seen these types of cars driven. Like they take their Mitsubishi and they just put giant wheels on it. I've seen them. I'm from that part of America that does that. And yeah, it did kind of endear me to it. It's just like, aw, this reminds me of home. The environment work is good. There is, again, too much glow. Stop it with the glow. There's too much glow. It doesn't look realistic, but it's not bad looking.
No.
So.
And it might be super fun to play. So, and if you do give this a go, do let us know. Although the one person that has played it, they gave it a negative review. This game is a mess. Imagine every mistake from small to huge an amateur can make in the Unreal Engine, and combine this with tons and tons of assets, store items, cars. The dev sure as hell has no license to use, as well as a cast full of 5 people, and you get this clunky, unfocused, unfinished, and just plain bad excuse for a racing game. So, oof.
A cast full of 5 people.
Wow.
That's such a sick burn.
that is one of the best birds I've heard in a while.
Oh, no, there are some helpful, I get maybe not visible for you, but there are some other reviews down here. Janky,
yeah.
Even the pause reviews say janky but fun. So,
we do say that quite a bit as ourselves as well. It's like janky but fun.
Yeah, but only 2 devs tried to reach that level and it shows. Okay, so they only have 2 devs on the team? Interesting. At least according to that review. But yeah. Is this their first title, Falcon Interactive? Yeah, it is. Oh, and they have the soundtrack too, for those interested in purchasing a soundtrack. Justin!
Justin!
We're making the jokes even though he's not here. At least I don't think. I don't know. Maybe he was here and just lurking. But yeah, so that is Arizona Derby. It is $18.99 US.
£14.49. So it is quite, it's quite pricey for janky but fun.
Janky but fun, yeah. I do like that it's an arcade racer, though. I don't like simulation racers. If you're going to do a racer and have it a video game, I like it to be an arcade racer. So kudos on that. Yeah,
I kind of like those because someone that's not very proficient with the joypad or any kind of timing or anything. It's like anything you sort of like crash around and bump around on. It's like more fun for me.
Absolutely. All right, and with that, that's the last of our Monday, July 22nd games. We are now moving on to Tuesday, July 23rd. And we're looking at Million to One Hero. So this is an exciting platform game filled with action, skills, wits, and competition that hides a secret inside. A powerful editor that you can use to create your own adventures. And by adventures, we don't mean simple levels. We mean full campaigns with their world map, NPCs, and your own unique story.
I quite like that idea. It's like, you can not only just do a level design, but actually just create your own stories as well, which I think is really cool. The only thing I don't like about this is that the character is so small, like a flea, and it's just not. I'm just like, no, because I've seen something else where the character was like so small like that, and it's like, why is he that small? Why?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
It is really tiny, and yes, it gives you a bigger view of the map, but like, where am I? Yeah. Ugh. I would get annoyed by that, not being able to see where I am. But the fact that there's a level creator and you can add dialogue as they're showing here, and that's pretty cool.
I think that for me that would just be the main pull of the game. Is not actually playing the game, but actually making my own sort of story within it. I think. Yeah, that would be, for me, that would be the main thing. But I'm not really into platformers, so I've seen some like mostly early access reviews, so this has just come out of early access, I guess.
Yep, Super Mario Maker, but the PC version. Okay, I think that's a little bit overstated. Maybe not. I've seen Mario Maker. This is not Mario Maker.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people are making comparisons to Super Mario Maker, though, so that definitely shows some kudos to devs. I've seen people... the game like this, time is probably not an issue. It really depends on how much fun you have with the character creator, probably. As to how much you're going to get out of it. But yeah, Over the Top Games, is this their first title? No, they also made Full Mojo and Nick's Quest, which I can't say I have heard of either of those. Oh, but they've got very positive. So they've got some decent history on the platform. Yeah, both of their previous games got very positive reviews. Okay. So best of luck to their latest title.
Yeah. It's $12.99. So.
Yep, $14.99 US. Oh, the character's just so small. She's so small.
Much smallness. Okay. Next title.
Yep. The next title is Mustache Amigos. I'm not entirely sure if it's more Mexican developers or what, but there's been a lot of these sort of like Luchador, Day of the Dead, a lot more like sort of Mexican aesthetic games coming out. Not complaining, I think it's really cool, but it's just it just kind of exploded recently, and maybe it's because of let me see, what's that platforming game that has a series?
I know
Guacamelee.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Guacamelee 2 recently came out, and that's an excellent title. So maybe that's steering it. There's also been some there was the Day of the Dead animated film. But yeah, there's been some other very Mexican mythology sort of Mexican fairy tales and lore sort of thing coming out. Folk tales, that's what I'm going for. A lot of media in that, so maybe there's just sort of a zeitgeist going on.
Yeah.
So just kind of interesting that I'm noticing. It's like, oh, this is happening more and more. So.
And this is seems like another party game. A local top-down battle racer packed with piñatas and family-friendly mayhem for up to 4 players. Blaze past your rivals in race mode or dish out the damage in battle mode. You can't just run, you must dash, amigos.
I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So I suppose that means that there's AI when you don't have friends. Let me see. Up to 4 players.
Yeah, because you can play single player.
Okay, cool. All right, and then there's different player outfits. There's 12 unique racetracks, 8 battle arenas, 4 different regions, time trial trophies, 12 challenges, 18 tournaments, couch multiplayer gaming. So this is sort of a Mario Kart, just you're running on foot.
Yeah. I mean, this just seems like a lot of fun, and I again, if I had friends who'd play this, I would play. I'd play this with them definitely. Again, though, we constantly say this about getting party packs for buying and giving to your friends, so you can. Why don't devs do that anymore? Mm-hmm. Get the 4-player party pack, and so you can.
Oh yeah, that would be
distribute
nice.
To your friends. Yeah. Oh, hello, Buffoon Batman. You have to see because we have had some really nice gems so far, but the stream's not over yet. We're only on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're only on Tuesday, so we're just getting started. But I will say, for your own research, go and check out Vane, Vane. At the very least, it's probably the most striking looking game we've talked about today. So you should check that out. But welcome to the stream. But yeah, Mustache Amigos. It is $18.99 US dollars.
$14.99 UK.
Yeah, and it is Mini Beast Game Studios' first game on Steam. So congratulations.
And I think I'm seeing 6 reviews, and all of them are positive.
Oh, that's good. So, good start. Our next title is Automachef. Automachef.
Automachef.
Yes.
Automachef.
Automachef. Okay, yes. Yeah. Welcome to Automachef, resource management puzzler. Oh, not my type of game, but at least they have that up front, where you design kitchens, program machinery, and watch your genius come to life. It's time to engineer tomorrow's kitchen today. Tomorrow's kitchen today. Excellent marketing speech.
Yeah. I really like the look of this, but I've seen a few of these kind of factory conveyor belt type of games. And although I do like simulators and some resource management games, this kind of one isn't really for me. I don't like factory these factory kind of games. Don't interest me as much. But this one is done really well. I do like the look of it. And it's by Team 17. Well, the publisher is anyway. They've got some really good games.
Yeah, it looks like it's aesthetically it's on point. It's reminding me of Twin Peaks Hospital. Is it called Twin Peaks Hospital or something like that? Again, I don't know the exact term, the exact name. Let me see. Twin Points Hospital. Yeah, 2 Point Hospital. There we go.
Yeah.
2 Point Hospital. But yeah, that's it looks fun. Again, I'm just not a simulator type gamer. It's not my thing. But this is really cute.
Yeah, and already it's got 126 reviews and 80% of them positive.
So the people who know about this genre like it.
Yeah, basically. I'm trying to find a review where it's giving the pros and the cons in. But yeah, it's but yeah, I can't see.
Let me see. Hermes Interactive. They're part of Team 17 Digital, which has made a ton of games, including My Time at Portia, Hell Let Loose, Strength and Sword. They also made Overcooked 2. So yeah, they're pretty well known.
Yeah.
So they're part of Team 17. They're published by Team 17. So yeah, they're one of their development houses.
Yeah, this is $10.99. So it's I think for one of these resource management games, you can play for hours and hours. So that's a fair price.
Yeah, time is no object in these games. Yeah, and it's $14.99 US. So yeah. And with that, that's all of our Tuesday titles. Our next title is Wednesday, July 24th, and it is To Battle Hell's Crusade. Is it going there? There we go. All right. So this is a classic old-school turn-based battle in a satirical medieval world. Raise a holy army and stop the march of evil. So it's a hex-based strategy game, which you know what, I have a weakness for every now and then. I'm not good at them, but I will play them every now and then. So yeah, it's got this sort of cool aesthetic. The different monsters are actually taken from medieval manuscripts. Like there's the headless man where his like face is on his chest, and his stomach opens up and that's his mouth. They have all these different like monsters that you can see in medieval tapestries and manuscripts and stuff, and that's kind of cool. It's a cool sort of aesthetic to it all.
I really like the designs of everything, and I like the way they look like sort of like real board pieces.
Yeah, board pieces. Yeah.
I really like that. This is my kind of game, but I really like the way they've designed it and the way it looks, and yeah, it looks kind of stunning. I really do like it. The look of it, it's so polished.
It's just, I've got to say it, there's a touch of too much glow, but I'm not that angry at it. It's not the worst offender today, but there's just a touch. Just a little bit. Just turn down the glow. Just a little bit. But it is very nice. It's got that whole board game thing going for it. Yeah, I can see this doing very well. And so far it's got 92% positive reviews out of 13. So yeah, so if this is your kind of game, we've got a few hex grid games recently, but none of them look as stunning as this one. I feel. Yeah, we've seen some of them that have really crunchy looking character design and everything, but this one's like really, really fantastic. So yeah, definitely give this one a go. This it's $11.39. So yeah, and these games again,
you can sink like 50 hours into them or something.
Oh yeah, pretty easily for sure.
Yeah.
All right, our next title is and this is $14.99 US, so that would be $10.99 UK. Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting the conversion.
$11.39.
Oh, $11.39. Okay, so they didn't do it the same way. So because they set the prices manually because they don't adjust them for live currency changes. So sometimes they end up similar, other times not. All right, Thursday, July 25th, we have Songbird Symphony. Now, I have seen people talk about this title quite a bit, actually, in some other, on YouTube. I've seen a few people bring it up. It is a musical platformer. Well, let's read what the developers say about it. A heartwarming journey of discovery as orphan chick Burb sets off to find his true origins. Follow this cheerful little bouncing bird who revels in singing and guide him through the magical journey of stunning pixel art and gorgeous animation that shapes itself to your musical interactions.
So basically, it's Wonder Song, but with a little bird.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think if you loved Wonder Song, you're going to love this. And it seems to be more of a game about self-discovery as well, which Wonder Song was a bit about as well. So if you like Wonder Song, get this as well, because you'd love this. I, however, learnt my lesson. You're not into sort of like those kind of platforming games. It's not. I don't think it's going to be quite for you, because there's going to. I find like those kind of things with the singing as well as the platform, they can make certain bits in the games a little too fiddly. I found. So it's but this one might be there are different aspects to it, obviously, than Wonder Song. So there is a free demo if you want to give it a go and see how it is. So try before you buy. But yeah, this one I'm not going to pick up. But so far it's got 54 reviews and 96% of them are positive.
Oh my word, this is so cute though. Oh, I love it. I want to play it.
It's so adorable. It is so adorable.
Oh, it's so cute. Just the animation, the character. Oh, it's so cute. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I know someone who loved Wonder Song, and I think they would adore this. Absolutely adore this.
Let me see. It is made by Joystick Studios. This is their first title, and it is published by P-Cube Limited. Let me see. And the reviews are very positive at the moment. 96%. I'm seeing 4-5 hours. It's probably in the 4 to 5 hour range. I'm seeing some people over that with 6-7 hours. But yeah,
I see some people 9, 8. So yeah.
Yeah, it's so very pleasant looking, honestly. If it was just on looks, this would be an instant buy. That said, I have terrible sense of rhythm, so I don't think I would particularly be good at this game. But it probably has a decent tutorial. If it's got a decent tutorial, I may want to check this out.
Well, I mean, there's a free demo, so you can.
There is a free demo, so
you can have a try of it and see how you get on with it.
Oh, it's so cute. Anyhow,
maybe get back to us next week about it.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll check it out. So yeah, Songbird Symphony, very nice.
So yeah, $13.99.
Yep, $13.99 UK, and it is $16.99 US, which for a game with this much visual polish, and from what I've heard from reviews on YouTube, the music is amazing. There's like also sing-along bits where they don't have voice acting in the game, but the music sort of tells you the harmony, and so you can easily sing along to the songs. It's this is a sort of game that would just be really cool to get for your kid and just watch them play this. Honestly, that would be so fun. Because especially if they really get into the songs. All right. So our next title is Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. A legendary series returns with a grand new adventure. Enjoy a colorful action-adventure game made alongside Ryuichi Nishizawa, creator of the original Wonder Boy and Monster World series.
So this is Wonder Boy in Monster World. That's like what I played back in the day. I absolutely loved it. And when they did the remake, which came out. Was it last year or the year before?
It was pretty recent, yeah.
Yeah, that's so that was made by a different studio. But both are French developers, like Paris-based developers as well. Ryuichi supported them both at the same time, because they were both in development at the same time. The reason why they can't use the Wonder Boy title is because the IP and the trademark are owned separately. So they can't have the trademark. But for this one they did partner with Sega to bring it to the Switch and the PC. So you can have it on whatever platform you like, pretty much. So it's the one complaint I would have is that it doesn't have the mouse. It doesn't have the mousey.
Oh, you don't turn into the mouse. Oh,
no. Which I'm very disappointed with, because that was one of my favorites. You were a little mousy knight, and you could walk on the cheese blocks and go upside down and everything. And it was just like, oh, I'm so sad.
Oh man, it is cool because this is a really old game. It's not gotten a sequel in so long, and it's cool that it's got this new game. It's done by Game Atelier, which is the French studio. And it definitely has the art style of a French game. If you've ever seen French animation or French children's comics, this is very much in that style. It's so very cute, and having played the original Wonder Boy, this makes me kind of want to play this.
Yeah, it's beautiful backgrounds, and it I'm hoping they've got a lot of secret doors in, like it did in the original. That was really fun to find. To say, you would press the up button to see. Oh, this looks like somewhere where they might have a door. Let me try that, and yes, it's so cool. So I hope they have that in this, but they don't have a mouse. So
no mouse. Maybe it's like a secret unlock.
Yes,
that'd be nice.
This is quite pricey. This is like $24.99. So this is, but it is quite a big game. We're not talking 3 hours. We're talking like 20 hours.
Yeah, and this is from a well-known franchise. So yeah. So it's $30 US, $29.99. But so Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. So that's pretty cool. Our next title is A Place for the Unwilling. So you only have 21 days until this living city dies. The clock is ticking. You can't be everywhere at once. Decide what to explore, who to meet, and see every decision shape the curious stories and terrible secrets of this branching narrative. This branching narrative game. So this is kind of like Elsinore in that you only have so much time to get things done.
Exactly. But I really like the style of this game, and I really like. I feel like with this one, maybe I would play play it on a stream or something and see where people want to make decisions with me. I think it seems to be that there's a bit more, maybe there's more intrigue, or there's different kinds of stories. I don't know. I'd want to. This is taking my interest, definitely. I want to see where this goes, definitely.
I've seen someone do a short playthrough of this game,
really?
The brief beginning, and there was sort of this interesting thing, like you could talk to this the store owner, because I guess you can play either a male or a female main character, and so there's some of the interactions change in that situation, like the store owner ends up kind of hitting on you, and then there's like this sort of romance that you start up with him, or you can if you do the right thing, and that changes because you're distracting him in one location. In a different playthrough he might die, or like there's all these like different things that end up taking it, and a lot of those like shadowy characters in the background, that doesn't mean they're not characters. It's just that sometimes you have to talk to them or like interact with them somehow, and then they'll become a character. Like the shadows will go away.
That's interesting. Wow. No, I like that. I love that.
It sort of reminds me, if you've ever seen the show Durarara, which is a Japanese anime. But what they do is all the main characters are in full color, and the background characters are just gray. Like they're gray forms. And so it just draws the eye to the characters that are important to the story. Because it's set in Tokyo and there's all these people everywhere. But sometimes a gray character may turn into a colored character. And so, they're like, oh, that's now a character that's shown up. So
that's cool.
It's a cool little gimmick that they sometimes took advantage of. So, yeah. I like it. It's a cool stylistic choice.
Yeah. So yeah, it seems like they're kind of still patching the game, because they're on patch number 6 now, and that's in the 2nd of August. So yeah, I think this maybe still needs a little bit more polish, patching the game, and I'd maybe wait a little bit longer. Yeah. It's 11:39 anyway, and it's I'm not sure how long it is. They're over 100 narrative events though, so that's you could be playing for quite a while.
Oh, yes.
I'm seeing some people like 14 hours or something like that. Yeah,
it's and it is $14.99 US. AL Pixel, whatever. This is their first game on Steam, so congratulations.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is a very dark game. Like it starts out. The reason you're going to this town is because, like, I believe someone committed suicide, and so you have to take care of their stuff. And there's just a lot of very dark storyline in this game. So it's kind of it's a very neat Victorian mystery kind of thing. But yeah. Our next title is Turok: Escape from the Lost Valley, or from Lost Valley. Turok: Escape from Lost Valley is a third-person action-adventure game where the player is Turok, trying to find a way back home. The player explores a strange place with Andar, and it will take all their skills to survive the environment, creatures, and other dangers in the adventure through Lost Valley.
God, everything looks so cute. There's like a bear attacking you, and it's just like,
it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to kill this thing. They definitely went full cute with Turok, which is an interesting franchise to do that with, to be sure. But it is very cute. It does have mixed reviews, and I've seen a lot of people sort of upset with the gameplay mechanics. Like, it's kind of difficult to play with you being very based on a grid.
Right.
And so it's not an easy game. It's a very difficult game, and for some people it's there's some delay in the controls as well, so there's some frustrating elements to this title. But so it feels slow and clunky at times. The combat movement could be more fluid, as this review. And then someone else said, don't let the cuteness fool you, this game is difficult. So even the people who do really like it, they are bringing up this is a very challenging game. It's not just It's not just a cutesy game. It's very challenging.
I think so. Looking at these reviews and also looking at the discussions pages, the developer's not said anything at all, and that's always bad.
That's not good.
No, and that's bad. You know, especially if there's slight problems with the controls. There's like a delay. That that really isn't good. That's really not good for your game. So yeah, there needs to be some support.
Yeah,
definitely.
And unfortunately, it's only got 47% positive reviews at the moment. So yeah, that's they need to push out some patches probably. But yeah. Pillow Pig Games has made one other game. It is Fighties, in the same style, pretty much. Just it's a side scroller. But this one has very positive. So the studio has a history of making games that people like. So that hopefully they'll end up doing something about this one.
The publisher's Universal Studios. So yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that could also be getting in the way since it is a franchise game. Maybe they're not allowed to be as open or talk about stuff since they are published. But yeah. So that is Turok Escape from Lost Valley. It is $14.99. And I think...
$11.39.
And I think our judgment is that probably don't pick it up at the moment. Maybe it'll get patched. But it is super cute, which it hurts me. It hurts me. It's super cute. All right.
So what you got for us next?
Our next title is LocoMotives, which I like is kind of a, loco as in crazy in Spanish. LocoMotives, that's sort of funny. A town building, track lane, gunslinging game.
And it's like a deck building game as well. So it's free. It's free to play, but I don't know if it's got in-game transactions in. It sounds like this game is so play the free one-player game online now, and it says look out for LocoMotives, the board game, on Kickstarter in the fall of 2019. So this is almost like an advert for their upcoming Kickstarter, which will be a board game. So
is there I do kind of wonder if Steam adds something like, hey, in-app purchases somewhere. That would be nice if they added that little flag.
I think they do, but
I don't remember where it's located.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the side where it says single player, local multiplayer, and it says Steam is learning about this game. It
is pretty cool. It's a little deck building. I like the art style. It reminds me of, again, sort of children's books from the 90s.
Yeah.
I
like the character drawings and everything. They're so great. I love them.
Yeah, it's sort of that, it's sort of the sort of grotesque, like everyone's proportions are really off. So it's sort of like to accentuate or overdo, like this guy's chin is like a mile long, or different characters will have really tiny feet and very big bodies, and it's just all very comical and sort of over the top, and that's kind of cute. It's cool. So,
these caricatures.
Yeah, caricatures, that's the term. But yeah, LocoMotives. It is free. Yeah. So Cornbit LLC. This is their first title on here. So I guess it's an advert for Kickstarter, maybe.
Yeah. As I was saying earlier, that's what they've kind of put. So if you like this, you may want to check their Kickstarter, which comes out in the fall of this year. So
maybe that play was worth it. So we shall see.
Yeah.
Our next title is Mirador, which is Watcher, I think, in Spanish. Mirador.
This is Friday, July 26th.
Yep. Friday, July 26th, and it is Mirador is an online co-op hack and slash boss fighting game where the bosses you encounter are created by rival players. Go in arena run solos or with friends, find loot and create your own sentinels and send them online to fight other players around the clock. So, yeah, so sort of a neat concept. You create a boss, you give them mechanics, and then you have them fight people who are coming to get them.
That's interesting.
It's a very neat concept, but it's got mixed reviews at the moment with only 63% positive. The primary thing I'm seeing is there seems to be some serious balance issues with when you make the bosses. The bosses are highly customizable, but the playable characters are not very customizable. Like, there's very limited customization for the character you're playing, but you can customize the boss like all sorts of ways. So it seems a little bit odd there, and you can make a boss really overpowered. So it's very strange, a situation. They need some balance patches. But aesthetically speaking, this is so cool.
I like the idea of it, but you know, if it's the execution. If you haven't got the execution down right, then it's not really fun for anyone. Especially if you're someone who a bit of a sadist, is like, right, make the most difficult boss for anyone to play and everything. So no one gets to beat it. You know, that's, you know, it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's like winning should always be at the tip of your tongue, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, combat. So some of the criticisms is that damage seems to happen before the animation occurs. Also, there is some of the gameplay. A lot of people are put off in that it's not about gearing up your character to fight bosses. No, it's about killing bosses to get boss loot to make your boss better. Which that seems to focus of the game, and a lot of people are liking it, but I want the focus of the game to be a bit more on the character development as well. So
yeah, that makes sense.
It's a really cool concept though. Just have to keep going back. Like, this is a really neat concept, and if they can hammer it out and get it right, this could be a new cool thing. Like, it could be a really cool new thing. But yeah,
loving the concept. It just needs a bit more work on it to balance out the issues and customization. I think it'd be great.
This is by Sauropod Studios. They also made Castle Story. Was their last game, which also has mixed reviews, but with 4,000 reviews. So they have a history of controversial review scores.
Did we? I think we reviewed Castle Story.
No, it came out in 2017, so it's before our time. Maybe something similar, but yeah. So Castle Story, very interesting. Sauropod Studios. So maybe you know what? They got 63%. The previous game got 55% positive. So maybe this is their improvement. They're a very controversial studio, it seems.
Well, this is 1139, so maybe if this concept really interests you, this is one to keep an eye out on and see them make improvements, and you know, maybe when they put in those patches, because they're on update 3 right now, and that was a few days ago, so they are listening to people and they are patching it. So and
then patches are including a whole lot of fixes. Some new content they've been adding, and new mechanics. Recall stones, minesweep spell. So they're adding new stuff.
I feel like this should have been put into early access. You know what I mean?
Yeah, had an early access period.
Yeah. Because it's like polished enough to be in early access, but obviously not enough to that people are satisfied with. So
Yeah, it definitely needs some help. It's always cool to have another co-op game, and particularly since it's an online co-op, I might be able to play it with my brother if it gets a bit more polished. So that might be cool. All right, our next title is Knightin Plus, which in sort of it has that sort of Isaac what's that term?
Zelda light.
Yeah, sort of Zelda light. Yeah. Join brave Sir Ludelot on his epic quest in this little Zelda light adventure. Explore and fight your way through the dangerous dungeons filled with traps, puzzles, and magical artifacts. And of course, show the evil bosses who's the real boss here. Yeah. Yeah,
so that kind of roguelite, but it's not it doesn't say it's random. Does it say it's random dungeons? I don't think so. But it's got that sort of style.
Yeah.
Same sort of style.
I don't see them specifically say that it's random generated.
No, so.
Yeah. That's cool.
I like the pixel. It looks a bit cute. It's a bit cute.
Yeah. Not a genre I'm particularly into usually, but It definitely just has the nice look to it, and it might be fun. It might be fun to try out someday. It's definitely more in my realm than the Binding of Isaac, which is a little too grotesque for me. I shall say it just like that. Just leave it there. This looks a bit more in my area, but still probably not my thing. It's cute. It's only $5.99 US.
Yeah, $4.29 UK, and
100% positive reviews.
Wow. It's got seen someone with like 17 hours of gameplay, but I've seen shorter gameplay, like 3 to 4 hours. Some even less. Like a lot less, like under an hour.
Yeah, the guy who said the con is too short, he or she had only played it for 1.8 hours. So there may be a situation where you could have a really short run, or you could have a very long run. But so it's not a very big game.
Yeah.
But it is also about the price of a latte, so...
Yeah.
All right. Our next title is A Short Hike.
And this is Tuesday, July 30th.
Oh, yeah, new day. So this one, I've also seen this a bit. This one takes the weird approach of that it's kind of pixelated. It's made to look like it's a handheld, like, Nintendo Game Boy game. Where it's 3D, but it's pixel. It's pixel 3D. Yeah, so it's got kind of this weird... I wasn't sure I liked it, honestly. I feel like it would look better without the pixelation. Personally.
Yay, Justin. Hi.
Hi, Justin. Welcome. But yeah, so this is A Short Hike. Climb and soar through the peaceful mountainside landscape of Hawk Peak Provincial Park as you make your way to the summit. This is a Canadian game. It has to be. They said Provincial Park. I'm assuming they're a Canadian studio. Adam G. Ryu. Adam G. Ryu is the developer. But yeah,
I love it. It looks super cute, and I want to I love that sort of exploration kind of thing. So it's like DS. That's when I first saw it. It's like definitely sort of like a DS sort of style. And I want to explore, and I want to speak to all the residents and stuff, and it's so pretty.
This is a single sitting game, judging by the reviews and some of the comments. It seems like it's a single sitting game. Granted, it's a game called A Short Hike, so maybe wait for it to be on sale. But it is really pretty.
But then again, 10% off right now. It's only £21.
Yeah, it's $7.19. It's not going to break the bank. So if you just want a nice afternoon, something to settle down, that might be this game, A Short Hike.
Yeah, that's true. I'm seeing around like 5 hours, sort of. So it's not too bad. Not too bad at all.
And they did have A Short Hike. The Extra Mile is launching. So let me see. So they added some areas. So and did some graphical updates back on July 30th. So that's when it went out of early access. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So some of the early access reviews, it has it as a shorter game than it is now. But yep. So A Short Hike.
Nice.
And I imagine some of it is also just finding secrets and exploring.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, my word. Yeah, it's so pretty. Okay, and with that is a short hike. Our next title from Tuesday, July 30th is...
Oh yeah, just a quick mention. There are 321 reviews on it, and it's 99% positive.
Oh, that is really good. So
Yeah.
people are probably pretty satisfied, even if it's not a terribly long game.
Yeah.
So that's really good. So our next title is Towertale. There we go. So, Towertale is a 2D story-driven action game that has a heavy focus on boss battles. Fight your way in the elusive tower and challenge the bosses of each level. Unveil the mystery that lies up at its peak. Play 4 different stories and unlock multiple endings. Oh, so each of the 4 characters has their own storyline.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's cool. So it's got replayability and everything. So, and there's a free demo as well, which I always support.
And honestly, the boss mechanics look pretty well done.
It looks kind of. It looks cool. There's a lot of. I think I'm not liking the backgrounds so much. I think they could have done a lot more with the background art. It looks very cheap. Sort of bare. Yeah. So I'm not sure about that.
The movement is fairly fluid, so that's definitely a huge plus. My focus was definitely on the foreground. But yeah, the backgrounds aren't super impressive. But it depends. If the story's really good, this could be really interesting to check out, honestly. It's by Miso Games. It is their first title on Steam, and they have a soundtrack. And let me see. The story doesn't really give... Okay, they have feature list. 4 playable characters, 17 bosses, 12 beautifully crafted levels, 25 plus CGs that are used for the storyline. CGs? Cutscenes? Huh? I don't know what CG stands for. Maybe I'm just being silly. 34 music tracks and 120 story in-game cutscenes. So 120 cutscenes, my word. Wow. And full controller support. So yeah, wow. So this is very a full fleshed out, story game.
Yeah, that's really good, and it's only £5.21 right now. It's 10% off. So yeah, that's pretty good.
And looking at people who played through it, although this guy also did Nightmare Mode and Nightmare Mode boss fights. So I guess there's a hard mode as well. And that's 16 hours for Exo Takamura review. So
that's good. Yeah, there's again, it's got that replayability, so it's fantastic.
So yeah, it is, and yeah, it is $7.19. So not going to break the bank with 10% off.
Yeah, and the free demo.
You know what? This is super charming. I'm convinced it's worth checking out. But so far, I haven't put anything on my wish list yet today. Nothing's got me quite there. But there are a lot of games this week that are really good looking.
Yeah.
Our next title, our final July 30th game, is Elo Hell, which both Rody and I have not figured out what it is.
This game looks like there's so much work being put into it, and it looks very nice and everything. But we've read the bits about it, and it sounds very interesting, and we want to see more about it. So Elo Hell is a kind game that employs a 3-part user experience. Play the narrative, play the mini games, climb in Echo Star. You ain't never played a game like this. So there's like this sort of narrative part where apparently it plays a bit like a Telltale game. So you've got to make these sort of like decisions and everything, and you're following along the story. The story is about life as a sort of professional esports gamer, and how that how the history of esports like grew. So that's exploring that, and you can also play these mini games, and of course play I think you can play EcoStar and try and be the best player you can be.
I think the primary thing that's going to determine whether this game is worth it is whether the characters are well written. I think this is the type of game that you're going to walk away enjoying it or not based on whether how well done the characters are. If the characters are interesting and well written and fun, people are going to like them. And the thing is, I have seen some reviews talking about, yes, there's some like cringy dialogue, but it's not cringy in that it's unrealistic. It's actually cringy because it's a little too much like a conversation you probably had in real life before. So so there's been some of that. There's some of these, like, the writing is good to the point where it actually can make you a little uncomfortable, where it's like, oh, I've had this conversation, like, kind of thing. So it depends. If that's good, though, I don't know.
This is a episodic game, so this is only the first episode, and instead of you just being able to, I don't think you can you just buy, you can't just buy the first episode. You have to get the season pass, so 10 episodes, which is $23.79, and that's I think, you know, they should have done a free demo. Should have done a free demo, and you should be able to, like, purchase episode, you know,
like, at least have the option to purchase one episode at a time. And only episode 1 is out at this point, right?
Exactly. So I'm always a bit like, don't really like season passes, because it's like, how are you going to be sure that they are going to complete all 10 episodes?
And 10 episodes, it's pretty ambitious. How many episodes are they gonna, how frequently will they be updated? This is gonna be like a 3-year thing? Like, how long? I don't know. So on this one, I would most likely wait. I'd wait to find out if the story is really good, and also probably wait and see how soon episodes 2 and 3 come out.
I would like to say that they did completely cleared the forum.
Really?
You know, the discussions. So in preparation for launch, this forum has been cleaned of all early access posts. This is mostly due to how integrated old EchoStar, that's the game that you play within the game, and that it would be confusing when shown with new EchoStar. So, but that's terrible if you just cleaned everything.
Couldn't they have just
out.
Put it in an archive folder?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't
know if that's possible. I don't know how Steam forums work, but if that would make sense if you could do that.
Yeah, no, you know, I think you can.
No, you know what they could have done? They could have simply locked the threads.
Yeah.
That's all they would have to have done. Just lock the threads, and so all new threads are separate.
Yeah, and then you have your developer post at the top that you pin, and you say, and you explained, you know, what developments changes are and everything like that. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that's a little unsettling, but you know what? I'm still gonna give it a chance. Let's wait and hear when the future releases are and what people think about it. So we may come back to this game in future months.
I'm gonna put it as following. So
following?
You know,
so you know when you get the update, yeah.
Yeah. Any changes, dates, and, you know, I'm always interested.
Okay, alrighty. Sketchy, yeah. Anyhow, our next title is from Wednesday.
We're on to Wednesday. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Wednesday, July 31st. Mighty GUNVOLT Burst.
Introducing your heroes, Beck, GUNVOLT, and Equinol.
So this is, but it's clearly a Mega Man-like title. Enter the virtual world of cyber landscapes and unravel the mystery behind its creation. Mighty GUNVOLT Burst is a retro-style 2D side-scrolling action game with an authentic feel. Play as Beck, GUNVOLT, or Ekiro and experience their new stories in this unique parallel universe. Now, the main thing that makes this different from Mega Man is that your bullets are customizable. You unlock features and traits of your weapons that you can then modify onto your weapon pieces, and you can sort of give yourself a unique loadout, which I think is kind of cool.
It is pretty cool, like, mechanics to have. I'm wondering, are they allowed to have Mega Man in their game? You know, would it have been approved?
I don't know. They definitely have a. This is totally not Mega Man.
No, so it totally isn't. But are they allowed to use the character? It clearly is.
Yeah. It looks like it's fun. Granted, I've never played any Mega Man games. Take away my gamer card. But yeah, I've never played any Mega Man games.
Justin brought it. It says it starts out with the mighty Nine.
I wonder if it's in the same universe. Inti Creates Company. They made. Oh, did they make? Wait, did they make Blastmaster Zero? Oh no, so they've got they've got other characters. So Blastmaster has a few. So GUNVOLT, Blastmaster Zero. Oh, so they just have Shantae as a guest character. I thought they made Shantae. No. So Mighty GUNVOLT. They also made Blaster Master. Bloodstain Curse the Moon. Galgun VR, Mighty GUNVOLT, and Azure Striker GUNVOLT. So GUNVOLT they have 2 previous games in the GUNVOLT series. Okay, so they've been around for a bit. So yeah,
it's 10% off right now, and it's £8 9p.
Cool. And it is $8.99 US.
Yeah, it's that there isn't so many right now. There's
you're having a lot of cutting out. Is it your audio?
Oh, sorry.
Your audio gate was cutting out. Sorry.
Sorry. There's 17 reviews right now. But there's either people put a review after 10 minutes or something like that, or it's 8 hours. So there's not really sure how many hours this game is.
Yeah, if they were playing the game offline, it wouldn't be counting the time. But yeah, I'm seeing such a huge spread of hours. I have no idea how long this game is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does have 100% positive reviews right now, though. So, yep.
Okay.
Now, I've been wanting to show this next game a lot because I just know Roadypie's going to adore this. This next title is called Hamsterdam, and it does come with a free demo.
It's a mousy. It's a mousy hamster.
Yep. So this is an arcade brawler where you become the hamster foo master to save the town of Hamsterdam. Will you be the hero your town needs? Will you defeat the whisker twister in chief, the vile chinchilla Marlowe? You bet your bushy tail.
The boss is in one of those little plastic runner things. Oh my god, how cute. How adorable is that? Oh my god.
And you have different outfits you can dress your hamster in, too.
Oh. Oh my god. This is so cute. But it's not my kind of game.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's so cute, though.
I know. Oh, paws of justice. Oh, his little mousy paws.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
paws of justice. Yeah.
It looks, I mean, aside from the cuteness, this just looks really polished. And it looks super fun. And it looks like there's different elements in it as well to, keep you interested. And it's 20% off right now. So it's £5.59. So yeah, and it looks so good. It looks really good.
You can give him a strawberry hat.
Oh my god. It's
Oh my gosh, I love this. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I hope the hamster can't die. Oh, that'd be sad.
oh,
But yeah, you for the price of it, you really can't complain. I was looking at reading review. It's a cute button mash game which requires some rhythm and timing through different parts of it. Can be a bit repetitive at times, but you'll be having too much fun to notice. And then a negative review that says it's too short of a game, and that was after 2.1 hours.
ooh, okay.
So maybe
That's a shame.
maybe it's only about 2 hours long, but it does. Yeah. It's also only $6.39 with 20% off, so it's normally $7.99.
Yeah.
So
yeah, £5.59.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's if you want a short game, you could do a lot worse. I feel.
Yeah. This is by Muse Games, which this is not their first title. They also made Guns of Icarus Alliance, Guns of Icarus, of course, Creviers. I have no idea how to pronounce that. So another Creviers. I don't know. They are Muse Games. They're a development studio in New York City. So some New Yorkers. Very cool. Hamsterdam. That is adorable.
We're nearly at the end.
I think
we're nearly at the end.
Yeah, I think my heart grew some sizes. Oof. All right. So the Thursday, August 1st, our next title is We Need to Go Deeper.
So this has been in early access for quite a while now, and I've been kind of following it, but it's because it looks like interesting because it's got the multiplayer aspect to it. So I was like, I think I might want to play this with my friends. So dive, discover, die. Cruise submarine with friends in We Need to Go Deeper. A 2 to 4 player cooperation submarine roguelike set in a Verne-inspired undersea universe.
Oh, Jules Verne. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The particle effects are a little crunchy, though. But it does seem kind of sweet. It's got that neat sort of paper doll look. Will you marry Merc? Nah, I do. This is romance. That's pretty funny.
That's cool.
This looks like it might be fun to play with folks. We Need Chinese is one of the reviews. 50 for 2 hours on a positive review. I'm looking for a negative review. Anything not adapted to ultra wide screens. Okay. How many of us have ultra wide screens?
This is it's got 1,765 reviews so far, and 86% of them are positive.
Oh wow, dang.
Yeah, I'm surprised like how under the radar this is for release, and yet it has like that many reviews going for it. You know what I mean?
They probably did the smart thing, like they were showing in the trailer. They probably just reached out to a lot of content creators.
Yeah.
Because they had Markiplier playing it, so
yeah.
The Markiplier is like liquid. I was gonna say liquid gold, but that's weird. Markiplier, like if you have Markiplier play your game, that liquid gold makes no sense. His touch is gold. He basically, if he plays a game on stream, it's gonna sell pretty well. So it's smart. It's a smart thing. You're more so than any other marketing. Your marketing budget should be, asking people to play your game and, have them do sponsored streams and stuff.
It's £12.39. There's like
$15.99.
There's various times on here, like 40 hours to like 11. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, with it being a roguelike, it doesn't really have an upper limit on how much time you can put into it. Yeah. So
yeah.
It is made by Deli Interactive. We make great games and decent sandwiches. The developers with a healthy sense of humor and passion. I don't know where they're based out of, but yeah. So Deli Interactive.
first game. So
Yeah.
congrats on the launch, guys.
Congrats. Hopefully, with almost 2,000 reviews, they've probably sold a lot more than that because the vast majority of people will not really leave a review. So hopefully, this means their studio is gonna have more releases in the future. So
yeah.
We're on our last day, Friday, August 2nd, with the title Glo Phlox. And it's phlox like those flowers that your grandmother might have in her garden. They're really old-fashioned flowers. They're not really popular anymore. But phlox, yeah. Explain that. Glo Phlox is a top-down twin-stick shooter in a deep internet-connected Metroidvania world. Explore a unique narrative-based experience with easy-to-learn combat that's difficult to master. So
that's a lot of things like twin stick shooter, interconnected Metroidvania, narrative base.
A lot of buzzwords.
Yeah,
they're getting all the tags.
Yeah. Except they've only got like 3 tags at the bottom, like indie action adventure. It's like, well, you could have had. Oh.
The pixel art, it's definitely a hyper like drifter sort of aesthetic. That's definitely something they're kind of trying to push for. There's of course the dash mechanic, which folks love. There's the bullet hell combat sequences. You know what? It looks pretty good.
It just isn't as it's not as beautiful as Hyper Light Drifter. You know what I mean? I feel like the maps, there'd be like one like main sort of like feature, and then the rest of it is kind of like almost barren in a way. Yeah, it's like I don't think the backgrounds are done as good, but
yeah, the backgrounds are not as rich for sure. This is made by Eduardo Brasil and Justin Cinema. Have they made anything else? Eduardo Brasil. Nope, this is for both of them. So I guess we can assume there's just 2 devs on this then. If I just see 2 like personal names. Solve puzzles, gain new and exciting druid powers, find your way home, fight unique bosses, bullet hell boss fights, bloom rush ability adds unique twist to aspects of combat, different ammo types, signature aesthetic, hand-drawn pixels, cast of interesting characters. Played for an hour straight, felt like 10 minutes, challenging yet fun. Is that the full game though? I don't think so.
I've got someone's on here gameplay, so they've got nearly like 4 hours of gameplay.
Okay. So I have no idea how long this game is. It's $14.39 with 10% off right now, US. So
$11.15 here. So yeah, it's I don't know. Maybe if you're into these kind of games, maybe it's one to follow and see if the price drops.
Yeah, I feel like I need more reviews to get more information. These are new developers. The aesthetic is really good, even though it's not nearly as professional. But I suppose we can expect that. It's 2 people, and this looks like it's probably their first game. Which, in that case, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
This is a really good, like, absolutely. Congratulations to Justin and Eduardo. This is a really nice looking game with smooth movement. So that's another plus. So yeah, Glo Phlox. Check it out, consider it, and maybe just put it on your wish list. See what happens to it. And we're here to our final title.
Yay.
Try Drowning. So this has a free demo. But Dry Drowning is a psychological investigative visual novel set in a futuristic dystopian city. Follow the story of Mordred Foley, unscrupulous private detective haunted by his dark past, and look into a series of macabre serial killings inspired by Greek mythology.
The tragedy of our entire existence.
This one really interests me. Although, and even though it's like a visual novel, it's stands out more than a lot of the other visual novels I've seen. But I think what it would come down to is like the investigative mechanics. Like, you know, do you have like a notebook and you can go over like sort of like clues and you can interrogate people or something like that? That would be interesting. So yeah, I really would want to look at more of the gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, and none of the 3 videos that we saw really showed what the gameplay was.
No,
So...
I'm looking at the pictures here, and this seems to be like you've got an inventory and everything, and you've police reports and photos, and when you're questioning someone, it does like bring up pictures where I think things that you can ask them about. So I know it's interesting. There is a demo, so this would be. I think this is I think this is going to go on my wish list. And I'm definitely going to try the demo to see what the gameplay is like, and maybe next I can give you a report. Maybe.
And one of the positive reviews did say that not all of the choices had severe effects on the storyline, which I mean I don't know what that means exactly, but
yeah, because it's always tough, isn't it? Because it's like if you mess up, it's like, do you want to like go back and replay the whole? Does it allow you to go back and correct it, or do you have to play through the whole thing again? So yeah.
Yep, and with that, that is the release list. Oh yeah,
that's 15% off right now, and it's 9.
Oh, I'm sorry, you cut out again right there, right when you said the price.
It's £15.29.
Okay, good.
And but the person who has given the reviews only played like 1.6 hours of it. So, well, they did say there's 20 hours of gameplay. So
20 hours of gameplay.
So yeah, it's not bad. Well, I'm going to try the demo. See how it is.
$16.99 US, and with that, that's the last of our release list. Now we have our special section where we talk about Rody's list of horrors. So, what are the games that we had? What is an exampling of the games we shovel through to find these games this week?
God, I mean, so there's been lots of trends this week. There's been a lot of DLCs, a lot of early access games. There's been a lot of Area 51 games, of course it was. So I want to start off with like one of my favorite kind of genres of games, I would say. So I think a lot of my picks this week are how can I put it? They're might be so bad they're good kind of thing.
So bad they're good. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
All right.
So this is the first game.
The Stranger, the interactive game. That's wow. What a it's an interactive game.
Yes.
All right, the story. Your wife died in a boat accident. After the funeral, 4 months you have been away from everyone and everything. You've retired to a farm in the middle of nowhere, or maybe you're not alone. What? Oh no, you've got a live action part of the trailer too.
Well, it's an FMV game.
Oh, it is an FMV.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I couldn't. 3D has gotten so good that for a second I thought these were 3D.
Yeah, because I swear.
Watch it.
I swear in one of the hidden object games that I've played, the guy who's chasing you looks exactly the same.
Oh. Yeah, this is live action. The first time I watched this trailer, I thought it was like one of those 3D shooters. Wow, 3D has come so far. My word. Okay. I was like, wow, the lighting in this 3D game is really bad. So it's live action.
Well, that's the thing, is it's like either like 3D has gotten really good or
Oh my gosh. Stay still, step back slowly. Okay. Oh, so this, I don't know. This might be good.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like they obviously, there are bits that are quite amateurish. Like the decisions that you're making. Like text box isn't like something that I'd use. But it might be really. And that's the thing. It looks like it could be a laugh. Like if you had some friends around and you were playing this, I think it'd be quite a lot of fun.
It's by Giovanni Altrui. Yeah, interesting.
And they say relive the classic B movie style in a psychological thriller key.
I think what threw me off was that the blood effects are, computer. The blood effects in there at fighting. So that's what made me think this is all 3D. That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, I would, I say it's so bad, but it's like so bad it's good. I have put this on my wish list because I feel like I could play this on my stream. But yeah, it's £5.79. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And then next one. There was a lot, so it was like, how many do I pick, sort of thing. And this is it. This is, I feel like it's not so bad, but I feel like I wouldn't put it on our list either.
Black and Mocha?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to find it.
Oh,
Coffee Runner, Black and Mocha?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go. Explore a zany RPG world to save gaming forever. Choose to either topple the monopolistic Funtertainment Incorporated as an indie dev, or lead the fight as Funtertainment's boss to try to bring peace once and for all. What will you choose?
Oh no, this one that I picked was definitely just bad.
Just bad. Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's looking for another boring turn-based RPG. Oh my gosh, they even just called it boring. Okay, wow. That's a little too much self-awareness, guys.
Yeah. They're pricing this at $11.39.
$11.39, and it has a review.
This game is awesome. I really enjoyed playing it. The controls are very intuitive and the battle system is really fun. I love the way you can interact with almost everything in the game, and the way the dialogue is written is very funny. Although, if there was one thing I had to criticize this game about, it would be the way the camera follows a character can seem a little dazing at first. But overall, the game is great.
Okay.
Fine. Sure.
All right. It's $14.99 US.
And this is the last one, and this is from a studio.
God, this is real and not a paid review. 10 out of 10.
This is from a known meme developer, and I'm bringing this up. Well, you'll see in a bit.
Okay.
I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, there we go.
Kids Safety with George Blesher? Oh, I know about these guys.
Yeah.
George Blesher is an ordinary cop who turns into a safety teacher in Kids Safety with George Blesher. George Blesher will help you learn how to always be safe no matter the situation in this interactive movie.
So another FMV game. So yeah, this is from BMC Studios, and I think a lot of people would have seen a lot of their stuff.
They've got 60% positive right now. Oh yeah, they've got so many. They've got oh my gosh, Dab Man.
Yeah.
AIDS emoji, Cumulator, unsubscribe the game. Sexy comedy, it was a mistake. What?
The thing is, it's like there's only like 5 reviews so far, so they're making as big as impacts as they did when the games. When they first bring out their games, and people were like, "Oh yeah, this is great," ha ha ha. And now it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like a joke that's run too long.
Yeah.
And the guy said, "I've dropped college to focus on BMC Studios because I believe in me. I believe in us." I think you should have stayed in college.
yeah.
Quite personally,
I would not give up your day job.
And this is it, because if it's you really want to make games, then do some like 3D modeling, learning, and there's some really good like game courses out there, and I think maybe you should do that instead of doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this is £1 anyway.
Yeah, it's
£1.
£1. It's 99 cents US, so it's pretty cheap. And that's one thing that a lot of the sort of meme game devs on Steam, they know that they're meme game devs, and so a lot of them do only sell them for $1. And you know what? That's how they make their money, because enough people are like, funny, I'll pay $1.
Yeah.
People do it, so at least they're self-aware.
Exactly. Yeah.
So on the flip side, what is the best of the list?
No, I did put a couple of things on my wish list. I like Visitor 2. I'm keeping an eye on. Bear with me. I have already bought. I bought that straight away because it's so cheap. It's so cheap. I want to watch someone play Vane, and I am definitely going to give Dry Drowning a go.
As for me, I think I agree with you on Vane. Vane was definitely just stood out to me from this list, because it's another one of those games like some of the others we've had on here where every screenshot could be a background. It is just they work so hard to make sure that not a single scene of this game looks bad, and that's impressive. That is very, very impressive. So yeah, Vane for sure. Hopefully after maybe they fix the control issue that has plagued it, but yeah. And let me see, any others? Ooh, Songbird Symphony.
Yeah. There's someone I need to like message and say you've got to get this. You will.
It's just the animation and the pixel art is so good. Yeah. Just let you see it. Vane, yeah. Buffoon Batfront, man, that is a kids. Yeah. So that is Vane. So just it's so pretty. It is so very pretty. But yeah, Judge's Songbird Symphony is another one that's really nice. It's just so cute, and of course, I can't go without giving one more shout out to Hamsterdam.
Yes.
It's just too cute. My word. As you can see, we're both suckers for cute things. Like, it's just like, you make your game cute, we're gonna like it. We're easy to satisfy. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. But yeah, those are my best of the list. with that, we had a show. We had a show, and we recorded a show. This was episode 35. Rody, let the internet know what you're up to.
Right, I know I haven't for a couple of weeks because the heat here was horrific, and so that might sleep all over the place. But hopefully I will be back soon. Hopefully Tuesday and Thursday at 9:30 UK time. I might play an FM.
An FMV? Oh, nice.
An FMV game, yeah.
Well, let me see. As far as me, I've not been... the heat, again, has kind of gotten in the way of my streaming as well. When it's hot, the last thing you want to do is sit in front of a computer. You want to, like, sit out on the porch in a breeze and, like, in the shade with a cold drink. That's what you want to do.
Yes.
When it's just hot like this. And only my work has air conditioning, so I'm almost tempted to have a laptop at work and just go into like the break room and just stream after hours there, where it's nice and cool. But I don't think they'll be keen on that. But I would be really tempted to do that. I am getting more involved in like local stuff. Like I'm joining a choral group, so we're getting ready for like Christmas events, and we're going to be doing some other events too. So I'm getting back into choir stuff, so I'm looking forward to that, because it's been a long time since I've been able to sing and do vocal training and stuff. So right now I'm learning how to harmonize with a quartet of guys, a baritone, a bass, and 2 tenors. So I'm working on figuring out how to harmonize with that. So it's been a long time. So I'm looking forward to get back into a choral group. You will not see any videos online.
Oh, damn.
maybe if someone films it, I'll maybe you guys will see something. But
yeah, you have to link it.
But at the moment, I am just having to relearn from scratch all the stuff I learned as a kid. So, oof. But yeah, at least, hey, I still know how to sight read though.
That's good.
Yeah, so and with that, that's you can find me, Dewey Bear, here on Twitch, Twitter, and Roadypie. You're also on Twitch and Twitter. I'm
mainly on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram, yes.
Instagram. Yes.
I'm also on Instagram, though I just kind of post random pictures. So if you want to see the life of Dewey, I guess a lot of food pictures. Like when I cook something, I'll take a picture.
I eat out a lot, so I've got a ton of food pictures.
Oh, I love food pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so that's just our adventures. And yeah, with that, thank you so much for showing up for episode 35. Next week we have a special new guest that's never been on the show before. So Sunday, August 11th. Yes, that'll be our next episode.
It will be a much shorter list as
Yes, because it will only be 1 week of releases, so it's going to be a lot shorter. You're going to meet a new guest host. I'm really excited for you guys to meet them. So yeah, thank you so much for showing up. With that, farewell to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
And now for Twitch, we're going to find some hosts. Oh, what?
Don't forget to like.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment.
Yeah.
Yes, if you comment, we'll probably read it on the show. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah.
Bye.